important is Community Shield for you this weekend with the season in mind and the fixtures in mind and kind of your squad rotation and your team selection really ultimately?
Yeah, I think it's again it's a fantastic game for us. We're glad we're there. It means we'd won the FA Cup and we're playing against a very, very good side. I think when you start pre-season, your main goal is to be as close to fitness for your first game of the season. So that doesn't really change. But it's a wonderful occasion. You know, Wembley, full house, and with the chance to hold something at the end of it is still always important. Obviously, we play every game to want to win, and obviously going to Wembley in front of over 90,000 thousand, it's certainly something that we would like to do. But it should be a great occasion, fantastic team and that we're playing against, and again, both teams will be searching towards that last game before the season begins for real.
Before the start of the season, we have this traditional curtain raise. I'm just wondering how you and your players feel, in particular you. Do you ever get nervous or excited before the start of the season?
I get excited. I think that pre-season is all about looking towards that first game, building your fitness up, you know, physically, mentally getting ready and prepared. So, and to be able to play in this game a week before is obviously a really, really great occasion. Anytime you play at Wembley with something to play for, it means your team have done well. So yeah, it's the final game before, as I said, the first game of the season. So we're really excited and looking forward to it.
You touched on this with Ian, but I'm wondering how you see the Community Shield. For you, is it a friendly? Is it a competitive game? Is it one that you want to win the silverware, especially against a side like Manchester City? How do you view this game?
I've always tried to create the mindset, whether it's a friendly or a competitive game as such. We want to win every game we play. Now you can't do that, of course, but every game we play, it has to mean something. And of course, physically is the main aim of the game, but there's no doubt you want to go there to play well, and when you can, like I say, put your hands on a trophy at the end of it, then of course you would want to be able to do that.
With the domestic set complete, as it were, for Leicester, you winning the FA Cup back in May, is the Champions League has to be the target for you this season in terms of what's happened over the past previous seasons?
Listen, I think from where we're at as a club, my players have emphatically overachieved. You know, if you position where we are in terms of budget and everything else, then these players have done amazing, and then to go on and create history last season and for the first time win the FA Cup. That was a fantastic season for us. Of course, at the end of the season there is that numb feeling around the last game, but if you look over the course of the last couple of seasons when we've just fallen short, probably over the course of 38 games, when we had players missing, maybe our depth of squad just hasn't allowed us to get over the line, because the players have given everything. They've done, you know, but unfortunately at that end of the season when we're missing key players, then it becomes that much more difficult. So for us, like all the clubs chasing the top teams in this division, we have to fight. We have to continue to climb the mountain. You know, we did it last year. We won the FA Cup, finished in Europe. That's the same aim for us this year. It doesn't change. Can we arrive into a European position, and can we challenge for trophies? And that is our focus. And like I said, it's proving the point each year, and pushing in order to develop and improve.
How much can we tell about your side, or how much will we be able to tell about your side during the match for the rest of the season on Saturday? How much do you think we can take away from it?
Probably not a great deal, other than seeing where they're at from a physical perspective. You know, such a long season. We're only in pre-season, so you know, if you looked at Man City at the beginning of last season, you would have thought it maybe not be such a good season for them. They ended up champions, playing a high level of football, and reached the Champions League final, and won the League Cup. So maybe in pre-season you might not have been given that story. So it's a game where both teams will be looking for fitness. It's not going to tell you a great deal about the outcome where it'll be next May, But it's a great step to go and play in front of the supporters again, and both teams will be working and fighting and getting physically ready.
I just wonder, the fact that you're making your third trip to Wembley in such a short space of time, does that help in some ways change the mentality of the club? Not that you had a bad mentality in the first place, but just in terms of being used to competing on the biggest stage and challenging for major honours.
Yeah, I think it's what the game's about, and if you can succeed and arrive at Wembley, as you said, Alex, then it shows that your team is doing well. And I'd like to think over the last 2.5 years the team have progressed in terms of the mentality and outlook on competing, you know. So my job as always, I felt, was to build this base camp around the top end of this league. It's always going to be extremely difficult for us to, you know, over the course of a season maybe to outgun some of these guys on a consistent basis. But if we can build that camp up there and be an established club, whilst being super competitive in these games and then going for the trophies like we did last year, then that will show that the club is succeeding. And like you say, you know, when you're getting to Wembley, then you're doing okay. So yeah, it's a great testament to the players and that shift in mentality, that consistency. But like I said, every season starts, you got to prove you can climb the mountain again, and you got to go and prove yourself, and that's something that we aim to do again this year.